introducing Jack Moehle from UC Berkeley, who's also the director of the Pacific Earthquake Engineering Research Center, who, as many of you know, has kind of embraced the whole notion of performance-based earthquake engineering. Jack.
It's great to be here, Helmut. I may be the first speaker who doesn't have any official tie to Stanford, or not one of your former students, but I wouldn't have missed this for anything. In fact, Helmut knows I flew back from Bogota last night to be here. And when you go on one of these trips overseas, Helmut knows as well, he's traveling all the time. We don't know what he's doing, but he's traveling a lot. You always fear you're going to forget something. Your shoes or your cell or something's going to be missing. And so I give my talk, and the hand goes up at the end of my talk. Professor Moehle. And usually, we talk about design and we have both belt and suspenders. But you're not even wearing a belt. How can we trust what you said? And I was stunned. I didn't know what to say. I know what Helmut would have said. Well, with the Helmut would have said with the performance-based engineering methodology, we don't need the belt, we don't need the suspenders. But we can still calculate what's the annual rate at which your pants will fall down. As long as the pants. As long as the zipper does. But Helmut's a practical guy too, and he knows when something doesn't look right, and you wear the belt anyway, but there's still a lot of belts in it. As was shown earlier, Helmut had a lot to do with Pierre's performance-based earthquake engineering framework and the thinking that went on there. Helmut joined the Pierre Research Committee. I had to go back in the second year, I think. The first year was a rather chaotic one for the center, but Helmut joined up in the second year. And this is a photograph of one of our meetings. We're preparing for a big national science conference visit. And there's Helmut in the back, flirting with Mary Primario, I think. I was hanging out in the back as well. But Helmut was always one of our most active participants in the program. By year 2, he had a hand in introducing the double integral. By year, that was year 4, I think. By year 5, it had become a triple integral. And I took Helmut aside and said, look, 3 is the limit. And he agreed. He didn't push any harder. But he did push every year, asking the question. Greg knows this well, how do I get out of this organization? I've been on the research committee now for 8 years, 9 years, and Greg and I just kind of ignored him, and Helmut continued to come and really contributed a lot to the overall program. And I have this to say about him. He was always very hardworking, as has been said, working over the weekends, working nights. We had the experience to work nights with him when NSF came visiting him. And he was always fair to everyone. I never heard him say a nasty thing about another one of the peer researchers. He occasionally would get quiet about somebody, but he never had anything bad to say about us. Now, Helmut also belongs to another organization that you can't get out of. And this is a not well-known professional organization called Club Curry. And it's a group of mainly practicing engineers, but some academics in Northern California. And once you become a member, he became a member, I think, 1995 or 6, thereabouts. Same time this got going. But Helmut would never pay his fines. He just never paid them. And the fines accumulated and accumulated. Club Curry finally said, that's it. If Helmut won't come to the meetings to pay his fines, we're going to go to Stanford and have a meeting at Stanford and make him pay. And so Club Curry came here. I think the statute of limitations has passed on this Helmut, so I can tell the story. But as everyone came in the door, Helmut made everyone sign a contract that whatever went on in that room, including the payment of his substantial fine, maybe $200, never be spoken of outside that room. And who would that be? Your wife, Michelle? I decided I wouldn't risk saying that, but anyway, I first met Helmut, I think, in 1981. I had joined the faculty that year, and I needed help in rolling out small diameter rebars. I think I met Ben at the same time, and a small instrumentation. And Helmut was there to help right away, this young kid from Berkeley. And he's been there all the way along